What's going on, guys? Mr. Sly, aka Sly Pro Max, back in here with another video. Thank you so much for subscribing, guys. This is like my second YouTube channel right now, and I'm sure most of you who came over here with me will realize that my previous channel is about to be taken down. But that's discussion for another day. So, as usual, I said, well, let's switch content up a little bit. So now, basically, you guys may wonder what's the channel about. Well, most of you know I'm Nigerian anyway, so I felt, what's going on? Let's try and make Nigerian men great again. So we're trying to dedicate ourselves to a time where we can try and talk to men and try to get them back on their purpose. So I said, let's discuss something important or interesting today. So over here we have a guy who apparently burnt down his ex apartment because she refused to take him back. And I guess most of you agree with me that most times, most men get into relationships, and when they get into relationships, they get involved with the woman, but they don't realize that relationship is actually a facade. It's more like built on lust, and most times when that sexual lust is satisfied, the whole base of relationship crashes. So it's not more about love, but more about lust. Now what happens is this: the lady finds a better option outside there because whatever has interested her into getting into a relationship with the man has probably faded away as well. So the man is looking at maybe sex and the woman is looking at maybe finance or something. Then she leaves the relationship. And what happens is the man cannot get himself together to let her go. And what does he do? He starts to do crazy stuff just to try and get her back with him. This guy over here right here was in a relationship with a lady, and apparently he said, I set my ex-lover's house ablaze because she refused to reconcile with me. 43-year-old suspect tells Ogun police. I can't really believe that this guy is actually 43 years old, as old as he is. But let's put that fact aside. Let's think back at emotions. So according to him, he was arrested by the police in Ogun State for setting his ex-lover's apartment on fire. And this was following reports made by the landlord or the landlady of the ex-lover's house. And when occupants were invited to the station for interrogation, one of them said he saw this guy leaving the apartment at about 12:30 a.m. in the morning. So he got arrested, and the police basically did their job. Now, men, one thing you have to understand is this: when it's over, it's over. But guys refuse to accept that fact. They don't want to accept the fact that the relationship is gone. So when the lady tells you she's no longer interested, the best advice to a guy is you just have to move on. You see, these days, women need certain characteristics in men, or they need men to fulfill certain aspects of their life or certain desires for them. So if a woman tells you that she's no longer interested in you, best believe that whatever she was getting from you, she's no longer getting it, or whatever you think you can provide is not enough to satisfy her. In other words, she's gone. So I'm not trying to make a case here right here for women, because I know most people are going to say, oh, I'm trying to say that women have the right to mess around or break up with a guy. Far from that. Rather, like I said, let's make Nigerian men great again. So basically what I'm saying is, you have to make yourself number one. You have to make yourself the priority. You see, if you break down because a woman left you and you can't focus on yourself, you can't focus on your work, you can't focus on your needs and goals and try to see how you can fulfill them, I'm very sorry, but I can't call you a man. You're definitely not a man. Men have to learn how to deal with rejection. One thing in life you agree with me is you are going to go through rejection at one point in time or the other. And I guess one of the first steps people learn about rejection is when applying for a job. Oh, we're sorry, your CV couldn't make it through. Other times in life, you're also going to get maybe rejected in something. It could be a school application, it could be a contract, it could be a relationship. And just like this guy right here, it could be an ex you're trying to get back with. You are going to face rejection at one point or the other in life. But it doesn't mean your world has to come to an end simply because a woman says she can't take you back. Simply because you want to be with a woman, but she says she can't be with you, or she doesn't want to be with you. Your world cannot come to an end at that point in time. Now, if you look at this guy right here, I don't think he can even afford to feed himself, but he could afford 500 naira to buy petrol and do something stupid. So what's going to happen to him? Apparently, he's going to go to jail for arson, attempted murder, and I'm very sure we're going to see him get locked up for at least 7 to 10 years. And if you ask him, bro, how did he end up in that place? What's he going to tell you? Because a woman didn't want to talk to him back and he went and burnt her house down. You see, when your ex leaves you, I see it as the greatest opportunity in life for you to start living your life as a man. Men have so many plans they want to achieve. Men have so many goals in their head. Men have so many ideas that they want to bring to fruition, they want to bring to life. But the one thing you agree with me is that when a man gets into a relationship with a woman, his own plans for life, his own achievement he has set or wants to achieve comes to the back, while the woman comes to the front, while the relationship comes to the front. So the relationship takes the center stage, and we all know the woman has the upper hand there in that relationship because she has to get everything she wants satisfied. So you as a man, you're not thinking about yourself anymore. Rather, you're thinking more about the woman. And so what happens is, at that point in time, whatever you have planned to do before just has to take a hold. So now the thing is I do not believe in the school of thought of relationship, but I can tell you categorically that personally, on my own, when I've been in past relationships before, I realized that most plans I had or things I wanted to do, I could not do them. I had to put them on hold because one thing or the other from the relationship was taking the center stage for me. And then over time, like I tell you every time, a relationship that starts today will definitely end tomorrow, end someday. And when those relationship ended for me, I began to see things that I planned to do that I put on pause, and I started going after them. And even in the space of 3 months, I got like over 3 industry recognized certifications because I had time to focus on those things. I now had time for myself. When a woman leaves you, it's not the end of the world, guys. At that point in time, you could have maybe, it's not even just about being serious with work or life. You can go on vacations. You can go on trips. You can try to do something new. You can try to invest in a new hobby. You can try to look into a new goal or a new skills that you might want to achieve just for the sake of it. But do not make your life be more about how your ex is going to want it to be. When you break up with a woman, trust me, if you do better than when she left you, it's going to hurt her more than if you do worse. Because when you start failing in life after she leaves you, she will then have a reason to tell her brother, that was why I actually left him, because I knew he was a failure. But when she leaves you and you do better for yourself, people are going to be asking her, why did you leave him? And then everything just falls into place. That's the video for today, guys. Man, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Stay true to yourself, guys. But until next time, man, it is what it is. I'm out.